I always felt like I was made for this club, but it's still surreal when you get there. You know, it's like you have dreams and you're always confident you'll do it, but when it happens, you're still like, oh my God, pinch me a little bit. You catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you see yourself in that beautiful all white kit and you just feel like, yeah, amazing feeling. But like I always say to you, as soon as the whistle goes, I'm kind of like that really, and I'm just desperate to try and win football matches and make a good impression. Sometimes I almost want to put myself in a situation where I'm going to feel nervous, but I think the players that I play with are just so good that I feel like, what's there to be nervous of? So I've just got to try and play my game, and I'm sure even if I'm not quite at the level, I can still impact games in other ways. I don't feel nervous ever really, because I'm not playing a game on Saturday knowing I'm not going to give the ball away or thinking, oh, I'm not going to give the ball, no one's going to tackle me. I'm going to get tackled. I'll miss chances, I will miss chances. I've always been someone who can kind of roll with the criticism, the football criticism, because also I'm confident in my ability and I know that, you know, you can put me down as much as you like, but when it's time to perform, I know what I can do. I remember thinking that I was going to try and get to the front post, but there's been a few corners before where I've been held and I've not really been able to get there, and I just thought this time I'm going to feint to go forward and use Aurelian as the kind of shield, and I think I just wanted him to see my head just pop to that side so that he'd go all the way. And I didn't get the best connection on it, but I've seen goals for years when you hit the ball into the ground, and as long as you hit it with the right kind of angle off your foot and you hit the target, you always give yourself a chance, and in the end it's kind of hit perfectly into the ground, lofted over. When it hit the back of the net, another moment where you just go numb, and the natural instinct was to reel away and stick my arms out like I always do. And I remember a couple of their players come over to me saying like, oh, you can't do that here, you can't do that here, and yeah, I've not listened, so yeah, I'll probably keep doing it. My mum does things for me that probably no one else would do or could do, and not just that, but offering the kind of emotional support as well. I know I'm always going to get honesty from my mum. I'm always going to get someone who's on my side, has my best interests at heart, and you know, do the things that really just make playing football the easiest part. I think people, and footballers in particular, can complicate life a little bit off the pitch when they start to forget the fact that your job is to play football. The reason you're here, the reason you're in a lovely house is to play football essentially, and they get the wrong people around them that don't help them with that. But my mum is perfect and the best at making me feel comfortable, so all I've got to go and do is kick a ball around for a few hours. We're coming down to the table for pre-match. I'm getting myself ready for pre-match food, and Ancelotti's son, the assistant manager, comes up to me and he's like, hey, Joby scored, hasn't he? I was like, yeah, Job scored, and I says, is he doing well? I was like, yeah, he's doing really well. And then about 15 minutes later, the stream stopped working on my phone. I'm gutted, I'm like, oh, tapping on and off, trying to get it to work again. And he's come up to me again, he's done it again. I was like, you're joking. I've gone on the scores app and he has scored again, and I'm like shaking. I'm like in shock that he scored twice, and I'm like, oh, no pressure for today. As we're coming out, Ancelotti goes to me, he goes, fucking hell, we bought the wrong one. And it's like my second game for Madrid, and I'm like, and he says everything with a dead cool face. And I'm like, is he joking? Do I laugh here? Do I say, yeah, he's right? Do I say, no, he's wrong? He said, fucking hell, I brought the wrong one. I said, yeah, he's doing all right. And he says, no, seriously, I'm going to bring him in. I says, well, where are you going to play him? He says, in your position? I was like that. And then finally kind of give me a little smirk, and my heart just drops, and I thought, okay, fine. And I've got to pull something out of the bag today. And then comes the our game, and it was funny because obviously getting ready for that game, I was on top of the world because my brother had scored, and I was just so happy. I felt like, again, that kind of untouchable feeling where I go out and I felt so calm and relaxed. Even though I went 1-0 up, I was like, we'll be fine. And then the ball dropped to me in the first half and kind of tucked it away right into the corner to make it 1-1 after a long VAR check, and then went in at half time. And the first thing coming back out for the second half that one of the staff said to me was, well, Job got two, go and get another one. And I thought, no pressure. So then I've gone out again, scored the next one, and they're all kind of looking at me like that. So go and get three. And try my best. And then in the end I set up Vinny, but I didn't get the third one. And then as I come off back onto the bench to be replaced, they were saying, not a bad day for you, Bellingham. I was like, yeah, not bad. He says, but you didn't get three, and I was like, oh, all right, I'll settle for 2-2 for today. But yeah, just a really good day. For me, it's one of the best managers I could possibly work for at the minute. The role he's given me in the team, I think, suits me perfectly. Where my start position's higher, but there's still so much freedom around it where I can come deep and I can go in behind, and I can get on the ball to feet, I can get it into space, and I can even move a little bit wider if I like. And I think he trusts that I know what I'm doing, which is really nice, because some managers judge players heavily off age and assume that maybe they have to take special precaution with you or be really strict on how they have to be with you. But I think he's really smart in terms of knowing exactly what each player needs from him, and I think he's got it perfect with me so far, and that's a massive reason why it's been such a good start. Another really tough game, very different to how I probably expected Spanish football to be. And in that game, I'd probably say out of the four, that was the one where I was probably least effective. I was tidy, done well when I got the ball to keep it moving, and had moments, but I just couldn't consistently keep getting on the ball. They defended really deep, they defended really compactly, so it was difficult for me to kind of really be involved in that game. But I always felt like I said, if I get the chance to turn and to get the ball with enough time, that I can create stuff. And literally, perfect ball to the front post. I managed to peel off and stay on side. The header was perfect into my path. I just managed to dive and get my neck round it and into the corner. I think the goalie got a hand to it, but I think it was just too close and a little bit too much of a surprise for him to keep out. And then, yeah, wheeled away again, the celebration again. And another really good moment being a winning goal. So, yeah, you don't like to. I'd love a game where we win 4 or 5-0 and we haven't got the stress of having to load the box late on, or having that stress of, oh God, what's going to happen if we draw, kind of thing. But they do make them a lot nicer when you manage to get them late. So yeah, I'm not sure what the preference is for now. Outside the box, I want to be like an artist and create things and be creative and have fun with the ball, go past players. But I think inside the box, I want to be like a killer. You know, I want to be someone who the team can rely on in those moments to win the game and score important goals. So yeah, when it dropped me, I was like, yeah, like Christmas. So put it away, and then everything goes numb really after that. You see it hit the back of the net. The noise was the loudest I've ever heard from the ground. I was kind of went over to the fans. We was like basically over some like a medical specialist, and they were kind of looking at us like, oh my God, what's going on here? That was funny. And then there was bodies flying over my shoulder. I think Rudiger went over my shoulder, Rodrigo come over my head like that, and David was hitting me in the stomach and everything like that. I was half-winded and didn't really know where I was, and then I kind of managed to peel away back over to the back of the pitch just to finish it off with my celebration. And you know, in those moments, I think that's why you do the celebration, is so you feel that relief from the fans onto you as well, and you can project to them how happy that you are. And yeah, I think it was one of the best feelings I've ever had, seeing the Real Madrid fans do it back to me. And at the end, as I was going over and clapping and stuff, it was like, nah, nah. And it started off really quietly, and and then it got louder. And I think people started to realise what the song was, and then it kind of grew from like the back to the sides a little bit. And then I was just so surprised to hear it here in Spain, to be fair. But when I did, I was goosebumps. I've come off a Player of the Month and scoring in 3 consecutive games, and people are probably thinking, oh, you can't do it again, or now we'll see at the Bernabéu if you can do it again. And then it's like you do it then, and then now there'll be expectation for the next game and the next game after that, and it's like, bring it on, do you know what I mean? Like I said, there's going to be days when I don't live up to that expectation, but more often than not, I know I will. So it's just about enjoying it. You know, what else would you rather be doing? Would I rather play somewhere where it's not as fun, with no pressure, or here where it's the best club in the world, an amazing city, amazing teammates, but every now and then you get slated. It's part of the game. Yeah, it's just about keep going now really, and showing people why they've made the right choice getting my shirt, and trying to continue to go on this journey and build this story.